Hi, my name is Anne McGrail, and this is my Writing 122 OER class, Argument, Style, and Research. For this course, I have used the Creative Commons Attribution license. My lessons all have this denoted in soft chalk. The course is an online course, and so all of the materials are available with a click. As you can see at the top of the course block in Moodle, I have included FAQs, the syllabus, and the course calendar. The course calendar has direct links to the readings for the class. As you can see here, Dr. King's Letter from Birmingham Jail, Malcolm Gladwell's Small Change, Why the Revolution Will Not Be Tweeted, are here for free online. The course also has grading information, rubrics, and exemplars of graded work. This rubric explains the grading criteria for reading notes, questions for discussion, and other written online participatory writing. This grading rubric maps Lane's Writing 122 outcomes onto an explanation of grades and qualities that students' papers should demonstrate. Since we are not using a purchased handbook for this class, I have included links to the Purdue Online Writing Lab and to Lane's Oxford English Dictionary. I've also added links to several good internet search tutorials, one by our own Jen Claudini and one that I found at Baruch College. These handbooks and tutorials provide important instructional content for the course, as students are required to write about and cite articles all term long, as well as do a group research project in the second half of the course. The course is organized in a weekly format, although it has a 12th week to accommodate 5 information literacy workshops that I have developed for weeks 5 through 10. Each week has a list of assignments and due dates, again linking to the week's readings. For week 1, as for each week in the class, I have created a lesson using soft chalk. Since we don't have a textbook for this class, lessons are the backbone of the instructional content. Lesson 1 looks at components of the rhetorical situation. Lesson 2 walks students through the process of entering academic conversations. I used Gerald Graff and Kathy Birkenstein's very successful book, They Say, I Say, as a basis for this lesson. I wrote to Professor Graff for permission to adapt his templates to my course, and he granted my request. Lesson 3 was built within Moodle, and it's intended to help students learn about summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting. In Lesson 4, students learn how to develop and revise essay number 1. I also have a lesson on how to participate in the writing workshops that meet 3 times a week, that meet 3 times a term online. Lesson 5 discusses how students can make the connections for their readers. Lesson 6 talks about the 5 different kinds of claims and also how to create unity, how to write the lead, and the ending. Lesson 7 discusses the role that inquiry plays in college arguments. Lesson 8 helps students build strong argumentative essays. Lesson 9 walks students through a series of 15 critical thinking prompts as ways of developing their essay on something that they think needs to change in the U.S., a focus of our readings for this unit. Lesson 10 works in depth with logical fallacies, a skill that takes a lifetime to master. I also created a lesson to introduce students to the problem-based information literacy group research projects that they will do for the term. Each week is organized similarly. Under the heading Assignments and Activities, there is a link to the weekly assignment calendar, the week's lesson, and then the question for discussion, the QD, and the reading note, the RN. If a paper is assigned that week, that is also there. Under the heading This Week's Readings and Resources are the readings that students will discuss in their RNs and QDs that week. For example, Bizstone's essay on Twitter and activism, and Hugh Young's discussion of China's twittering classes. For the filter bubble group research project, which is a problem-based assignment, students start by going to the TED Talk by Eli Pariser and viewing his piece on filter bubbles on the internet. They then work in their groups to share the filter bubbles they might find on their own Google searches and discuss that. The second half of the term walks students through the process of trying to develop a problem statement, figure out what they know and need to know, and do research to help solve the problem. This is a group project that is separate from their argument essays. It's intended to develop their research and critical thinking skills. So that's my OER course, created for use without a textbook.